Hello and welcome everybody to this session of Business Central launch event about what's new in delegated administration of Business Central. My name is Dmitry Chedayev and I'm a program management lead in Business Central platform and services team. In this session, I'm going to cover two topics in this presentation. First of all, I would like to explain what's new in the delegated administration capabilities shipped by our friendly Partner Center team. It was a massive work done over the course of 2 years, and I'm so really excited to share this news with you. It's some news that definitely many of you have been waiting for, probably even more than these 2 years. And the second point on our agenda is ability we built inside of the Business Central product for you to better control access for delegated admins and for other users accessing Business Central environment. So let's get started. And this is my usual story about Azure Active Directory. I know it's a weird place to start, but that's where I'm starting anyway. So let me explain this setup to you. First of all, you may recognize your friendly Business Central partner on the left-hand side. So the partner is called Fabricam, and the partner has its own organization, its own set of users, and the partner is called Fabricam. Then in the very center, as it is relevant for the customer is called Kronos with its own organization, with its own Azure Active Directory, and the list of users registered in that Active Directory. So how would this partner establish a relationship with that customer in the Business Central world? This process is called delegated administration. So we would like that partner to become an administrator for this customer and thereby get access to Business Central environments, among other things. So in the past, you would know that this partner would need to request a reseller relationship with the customer. Now that is an obvious first step. So that's where the partner needs to establish this contact to be able to sell Business Central licenses. And with this reseller relationship request, the partner would need to send a request for delegated administration privileges, also known as DAP or DAP for short. That's the term that I'm going to use. Now, what are these delegated admin privileges? Now, delegated admin privileges would incorporate requests for 2 or 3 very specific roles from the partner in the customer directory. And these roles used to be global administrator, help desk agent, and another role called billing agent, but we never used it in our Business Central context. So these 2 roles would be something that the partner would request from the customer in order to help them with implementations and setup and all other support tasks. And obviously, global administrator role was a very significant concern for many of our customers. I mean, handing over global administrator rights to the customer organization Active Directory is a very significant step involving a lot of trust in the partner and a lot of relationships, prior relationships with that partner. So many of our customers would not be comfortable sharing this role with their partners. In some situations, the customer would have many partners, managing different aspects of their environment. So giving away this role to these partners was not really an option. But in the past, when that role would be given, the partner would be able to assign this role to specific users. And of course, the consultants would typically get help desk agent role, but there would be a few users still in the partner directory who would have access to the customer directory as global administrator. So that was a big concern, and that is something that the Partner Center team and Azure Active Directory team, along with many other teams, including Business Central, decided to change. The change was due for a very long time in this area. Now, what the partner team did, in collaboration with all of Microsoft product teams, they released a new capability called Granular Delegated Admin Privileges, or in short, GDAP. This capability allows least privileged, granular, and time-bound access to the customer workloads. Now, this is just music to the ears of every person who is concerned about security and who isn't concerned about security nowadays. So this is just fantastic news. Let's take a look at what it actually means in terms of in terms of the flow. But before we go there, I also wanted to share with you that my presentation is only a small fragment of these capabilities. I wanted to let you know that Partner Center team did an excellent, stellar job describing GDAP in every minor detail. Here in the Partner Center announcements, starting with February, you will find a GDAP section in these announcements, and you can download a step-by-step guide for GDAP capability. It does extremely great job explaining this feature in every minor detail. So I would strongly encourage you to go there, download that guide, and study every aspect of that feature. But let me tell you in a few words what actually changes with GDAP level of access. Now, first of all, reseller role is not changing. So if the partner wants to sell licenses to the customer, the partner should still set up the reseller relationship. A reseller relationship on its own does not provide any access to the Active Directory of the customer. So that is all good and solid. The partner can sell licenses through reseller relationship. But here comes the new feature, or new capability. In parallel with the reseller relationship, the partner can set up granular delegated admin relationship and ask for granular privileges in the customer directory. That translates into some 80+ roles that the customer can choose from to give in the hands of that partner. The flexibility of this feature is really, really impressive. So the customer can choose any role within a standard role, built-in role in the Active Directory, and hand it over to the partner. In Business Central world, that would mean that the partner and the customer would create this relationship, and the partner would ask for specific roles. And by the way, global administrator may still be on that list. So if there is such a trust relationship between the customer and the customer can still give global administrator relationship to the partner, but not necessarily. Now the customer may choose to give them the partner's Dynamics 365 admin role, which is much more narrow role within the AD, but it has full access to managing Business Central environments. The customer may also decide to give a help desk admin role to the partner, which is also a fairly narrow role with very, very powerful access to Business Central. So global administrator right is possible, but no longer required for this relationship. What happens next is the partner creates an Azure Active Directory group within the partner organization and puts its own users into that group and links that group with the relationship. So now the partner users, which are placed in that group, connected to the customer relationship, which was approved by the customer, and these users can act within the roles given by the customer to the partner. All right, so by the way, this process can scale over and over and over, so the partner can create this relationship, in my case, relationship A, and they can send it to one customer, and the customer would approve that relationship. Then the partner can send it to another customer, and another customer approve that, and so on and so on. Then the partner may decide to choose a different flavor of the relationship. Let's just say that they create a longer relationship for 180 days instead of just 90 days. And they decide to associate a different Azure Active Directory group with different users to these customers. That is possible too. So now there's a possibility for the partner to set up which partner users have access to which customers through this setup. And the list goes on and on and on and on. For instance, there is a very specific set of customers that decided to give me global admin right. So that's absolutely fine. As a partner, I can create this group associated with that relationship C and connect to my customers. So that is absolutely fantastic flexibility built into this feature. So now let me just show this in action, how this experience looks like. I will start in the Partner Center. The Partner Center also received a brand new look. So in this case, imagine that I'm in the role of a partner and I navigate into the list of customers, and that's where I typically manage all of my customers with whom I have this relationship. And the first thing I'm going to do, I have a prospect, with whom I would like to work, so I need to set up the reseller relationship first. That flow hasn't changed, except I no longer need to include request for delegated admin privileges with this request. So I'm going to remove that flag, copy this invitation URL. This is exactly how it was in the past, but I no longer need to ask for delegated admin privileges with this request. And I'm going to send this request to my customer. So here's the customer, receive an email from me as a partner, and the customer is obviously an admin user logging in into Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And what they do is they basically just run this request, this invitation from me, to become their reseller. Yep, the invitation will explain who is the partner. This is the partner, what type of relationship is being established, reseller relationship, and the customer needs to acknowledge that they do provide this relationship, they do confirm or authorize this relationship for this partner. So I authorize this, click accept and authorize. And now the reseller relationship is configured between the partner and the customer. Let's try and refresh this page once again. You see, so now this partner has established reseller relationship with the customer. From now on, the partner can sell licenses to this customer, but the partner cannot still access customer environments. So let's go to the second step. So this was the reseller relationship. Let's go back to the partner portal and show you the new feature which is built in the Partner Center. This time around, I will navigate into a dedicated administer section in the Partner Center. And I will click on Request Admin Relationship link. You see, it's very similar to the way you establish relationship as a reseller. So I'm going to give this relationship a name, BCLE relationship A. It's going to check that this is a unique relationship, and I'm going to provide the duration for this relationship. Let's just say it's 180 days. And this is the brand new bit of this experience, that I can pick which roles I want to ask for from this customer. So what I'm going to pick is Dynamics 365 Administrator, and I'm going to pick Help Desk Administrator, just these two roles. As you can see, I'm not even asking for Global Administrator role, because that is not necessary for me to maintain that customer environment. So I'm going to finalize this request, and it will build the same or similar invitation link for me to share with the customer. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just copy this link and wrap it into a beautiful email and send it to the customer admin. The experience is exactly the same. The customer admin needs to run that link. And this time around, they will receive the admin relationship request. Take a look at this relationship request. So I can see the relationship name, I can see the duration of this relationship, 180 days, and I can see which roles the customer is asking for. And global admin is not among them. I know I'm going to repeat this quite a few times in this presentation. I'm happy to see that the global admin is not on this list, so I'm going to approve all and confirm this dialog. All right, so let me refresh this experience once again and see what happens now. This time around, I clearly see two types of relationship on my list. I can see that this partner has a reseller relationship with me and granular admin access relationship with me, with these two roles, Dynamics 365 Administrator and Help Desk Admin. Perfect. And by the way, it does not necessarily have to be the same partner. It could be one partner which is having reseller relationship with me, and another partner which is providing administration and support for my scenarios. So that's absolutely fine. And this list can include multiple partners with different types of relationships. All right, now when I approve this relationship, the partner goes back into the Partner Center. And let's see what are the next steps. So I'm going to find this customer who have just accepted my relationship request. And this looks like the customer that I just onboarded. And this is the relationship which I configured with the partner. And now what I need to do, just like I explained in the PowerPoint, I need to add a security group with the partner users to this relationship. So here's the security group which I configured in my partner Azure Active Directory, including a few users which I want to supply with access to the customer environment. And I'm going to click Next. These are the roles which customer approved for me in this relationship. So I'm going to pick 1 or 2 roles for these users to inherit. Let's just say in this case I only need 1 group, so I don't really need help desk administrator. So I'm going to leave it like this. So this will take a few seconds to refresh. So now this group of my partner users is being associated with the relationship configured between the partner and the customer. So let me just click Done. And I can see that the relationship status is active. So let me open this relationship once again. The group is added to the relationship. You can add more security groups if needed. For example, you may have a group for consultants, or a group for administrators, or a group for other folks which needs to support other products for this customer. So that's absolutely flexible and absolutely fine. And now I will go into the service management tab of this customer. And I'm going to try to log in into that customer's environment. Here's the link which I love the most among this variety of different links of the admin portals. So I'm just going to click on it. And this will redirect me to Business Central Administration Center. All right, as you can see, I already have access to this customer's admin center. So that's excellent. I can go and perform all of the admin operations, create copies of the environments, do the backups, restores, and manage sessions, and all of these beautiful features of the admin center. But I wanted to show you is ability to log in into Business Central environment as a delegated admin with Dynamics 365 admin role. As you can see, I can log in into the customer's Business Central environment, and I will just navigate into the list of users. And here you can see that these are my local users, and thank you very much for guiding me through the onboarding experience. So I got it now. I can see the 3 local users of this customer, so that's perfect. And here's the user which was created for me as a delegated administrator. So let me open that user and take a look at this user card. By the way, the first thing you will notice, this user does not have the exact name of my partner user. Now, this is done on purpose. The thing here is that the partners, the CSP partners, do not want to provide the exact user credentials, the exact user name of the users which service Business Central in this context. So that name is changed into a GUID. And this is done for all the data privacy standards reasons, such as GDPR, for example. So the proper interaction flow between the customer and the partner must be that the customer, whenever they have an issue or request or support ask, they need to contact the CSP partner rather than writing an email, private email, to this specific user. So this way, the support requests, the ticketing system, all of this collaboration between the partner and the customer will be going through the right channels. And the name and the surname and other private identifiable information of that specific user will be protected under GDPR laws. So that is done on purpose, this is done on design. And by the way, you can also see that the system correctly identified this partner as delegated admin agent, so thereby giving this user rights to go into Business Central and provide administration. I hope you're just excited as I am with all of the flexibility and security and easiness built into this new capability of Partner Center. So as you've just seen that the Partner Center team has introduced a new feature called GDAP, which is meant to be a replacement for DAP level of access. So please go and revisit your DAP relationships, remove that DApp relationship from the admin, from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and set up this brand new GDApp relationship with the customer with the very specific roles and the very specific duration. So that is definitely the advice for you to act on as soon as possible. Guess what? It does not require global admin role in the customer directory anymore. But I hope we kind of made it clear by now. This type of GDApp relationship is available for all CSP partners. So for resellers and for providers, for the first tier and the second tier, everybody can set up this GDApp relationship with their customers. By the way, it works across regions, unlike the reseller relationship. If you know that in order to set up the reseller relationship, your partner organization must be in the same market as the customer organization. This is not the case for the admin relationship. You can be placed in two different regions and you can still set up GDApp relationship between the customer and your partner organization. So that is much more flexible right now. It is also possible to set up which partner users are going to work with which customers through Azure Active Directory groups linked to specific relationships. That was absolutely not possible before, and now it's fairly easy to set up this mapping in the Partner Center. All of the things that I've shown to you is available through Partner Center API. So for those of you working with multiple customers, you can set up all of these onboarding through API, and you can even receive webhook notifications when customers accept a delegated admin relationship in their directory. So it's a very, very flexible system. One additional important improvement in this entire flow is that delegated admin to the customer's Active Directory is now traceable. As a customer admin, you can go into the Azure portal, into your own Active Directory, and see sign-in logs of all of the users interacting with your Active Directory, and there you will be able to see logins from delegated administrators. So in addition to creating a user in Business Central, you can also track delegated admin logins in the Azure Active Directory, sign-in logs. It works side by side with the reseller relationship, as I just explained, and customers can revoke GDApp access at any point of time. They don't need to wait until 180 days expire. They can just go into Microsoft 365 Admin Center and remove that relationship. And in order to set it up again, the customer just needs to run this invitation link one more time. So that's how it is to remove the relationship and add the relationship again. It's absolutely transparent. In terms of accessing Business Central functionality, the GDApp has exactly the same level of access within Business Central environment as DApp. So you shouldn't be worried. We are not given more permissions or fewer permissions to delegated admins within Business Central with this feature. Now, this particular quote of mine, so this last statement that I made, is something that I would like to drill into. In fact, many of you expressed this concern that you don't necessarily want the delegated admins to have exactly the same level of access within Business Central. Today, when the delegated admin logs into customer environment, they instantly get full user rights with access to all of the capabilities of Business Central. This is not necessarily the default behavior that the customer may want. So let me actually show you another feature which we introduced in Business Central this release, which allows customer admins to configure this default level of access. So here I am in Business Central client, and I will navigate into now familiar list of users. And these are the users which have access to this particular Business Central environment. And as you can see, these users are assigned specific rights within this environment. So this administrator user has following rights, and then another user has some other rights. But when the customers log into the system for the first time, they are being assigned some default permission sets and user groups. So how can I control these default user groups and permissions? And I can do it, and I can access this brand new page, which I'm going to show you, in two ways. Now, first of all, I can navigate into Processes, Update Users from Microsoft 365, and here you can see a new link which we added for you to configure permissions per license. Now that's one way to access this fantastic new feature. Another way to access this fantastic new feature is to actually search for it. So this is the page which is called License Configuration. And here, for every type of license that Business Central provides, including delegated administration, you can set up which default user groups and permission sets should be assigned to this user when they first log in into Business Central environment. So let me give you an example about delegated admin partner user. As you can see, in this case, the partner has absolutely full access, the partner user, within Business Central environment. And like I said, some customers prefer this not to be the case. So what you can do now as a customer admin, you can open this page for Delegated Admin Agent and claim that you want to customize these default rights within the Business Central environment, and go ahead and start assigning the permissions and user groups which you actually want to give to this user. So I will start by deleting the default roles which are provided by Microsoft from the original setup. So I'm going to just delete all of them at this time. All right, so if I leave this page like this, my delegated admin users will not even be able to log into Business Central environment. So that is one way to limit access for delegated admins. And obviously, I do want them to be able to log in. So in this case, I'm going to pick another role to be used as a default one from the list. For example, I will pick the one which we used for internal administrator. All right. So from now on, this delegated admin users logging into Business Central environment will be getting this group and permission sets associated with it. And there's you can build your own permission sets and your own user groups which you want to assign to this user. And if necessary, you as a customer admin, you can go in back to the permissions of that specific user and elevate their permissions when necessary. So from now on, you have full control of what delegated admins can do within Business Central environment. I hope you really like this new fantastic capability. Thank you so much for staying with me for the duration of this demo. I really hope that you enjoyed these new and improved capabilities which Partner Center team introduced in our world and Business Central team built for much more secure and much more configurable access for delegated administrators. Thank you very much, and have a great day.